Hello, everyone. Good day and welcome to One Global Movement Speak with Heart. I want to welcome all of you here today again, and I am so grateful. We all are grateful because you guys have taken the time to be here with us, either here or on YouTube. It is still a very great way to support. That means that we know that the issues, the challenges, the everything that we need to do for our children, whether it's is to sow a seed in them, whether it's to raise them, to love them, to nurture them, to educate them, it is very important that we come together and do it together, because children are the foundation of every society. They're the most precious gift to humanity. And not to do something about things that our children are going through, to me, is a crime against humanity. We are compelled to do this because without children, there'll be no society at all. And so thank you guys. Thank you to all my beautiful panelists. I am really so grateful for the great contributions that you guys are giving here. Melanie, the internet is not very good. Today is supposed to be for her. But as we are working as one, as a family, we always pick up after one another. It might not be internet for you, it might be something else. Every day there is always something. So thank you guys so much for doing that. Today, the topic for today is, she's here again. Let me see if she can get in again. The topic for today is child abuse. Child abuse is on the rise. And how can ONPASSIVE help to make this situation better for our children and all our families? This is very, very important that these be talked about, and we might not be able to dive deep into this topic, but Friday might be a better day for us to do that. But as we continue to do, everything about children is very important, because the foundation lies in our own hands, in our own heart, and it lies with us. But it's going to be better now because of ONPASSIVE, that is providing tools, just too many tools that are valuable, that are clean, that are safe for our children. These products are very good, that our children will fit in one way or the other into these ocean of tools that Mr. Ashmufara is building, so that they can use it to do whatever it is that God has placed within them to do. This is very important. So I'm going to pick up after Melanie. All of us will do the same. But remember, I was keeping this topic for her, but because of the internet, she's unable to just be steady here, but that's okay. We know that Mr. Ashmufara and ONPASSIVE is coming for the best internet in the world, the best gadgets and the best internet. So we are lucky to be in this place today. So child abuse is a dilemma. Why is it a dilemma? It is a dilemma because when you talk about something that is a dilemma, it's like something that is conflicting. One thing conflicting with the other, or with a lot of other things. That becomes a dilemma, and you begin to think, what direction can I take? And you end up settling with what your mind, your heart is telling you, which you think it is better for your child. A lot of times they're better, but sometimes they are not, because we ourselves have not have enough education to be able to know how we can deal with situations like this. So there are so many causes of child abuse, and dilemma can be like you conflicting values. There are values that people believe in, that they were born with, but also societal values can be conflicting. And then it makes it very difficult for us to be able to know how we can help well with these children. Then sometimes it's a matter of limited resources. Talk about some areas where we don't have the surveillance, or we don't have a monitoring system to monitor when a child is being kidnapped or is being abused. We don't have it. Think about situations like this, and we know that is difficult. Another dilemma is due to ethical considerations. Some people come from a culture where children are given away into marriages against their own will, and that in itself causes child abuse. And then they are even given to people who are maybe 2, 3, 4 times older than their age. That is a problem. And then again, we have what is called female genital mutilation. That is child abuse. We have breast grinding. We have a lot of other things. We have disparities in the way education is being delivered to the female and the male child. So these things are all dilemmas. It is so important for us. And then you have competing obligations. Obligations is just like setting rules and regulations. Some families set rules and regulations without knowing that it's abusive to the children. And they think that is the right thing. It has to be the child's problem. If the child is not really doing things in accordance with what has been set for them. And then there is uncertainty. Uncertainty can be any kind. Uncertainty due to the economic situation of a country or a society, the lack, poverty, homelessness, hunger, and you thinking, where am I going to get the next meal for my child? And sometimes some parents will send their children into prostitution so that they can bring home something to feed the family. And so we are here with ONPASSIVE through One Global Movement too. We're going to do a lot of things. Social pressures can also cause the dilemma. And so a lot of factors can cause that dilemma for our children. So what then is child abuse? What do we consider as child abuse? Child abuse refers to any act or failure to act by a parent, a caregiver, or other responsible adult that results in harm, potential harm, or threat of harm to a child. And these can include physical abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, sexual abuse, and even neglect. It is of different sorts, and sometimes your body language is even an abuse to a child. When you look, the looks that says, I can do this to you, I can hurt you, that is all considered as child abuse. Child abuse can have severe and long lasting consequences for the child's physical and mental well-being. It can traumatize children, and we all know that because some of us come from that background, that some children were traumatized in infancy. It lasts for generations, I'm telling you. So let us look at the various types of child abuse. You have the physical abuse. These involve intentionally causing injury or bodily harm to a child. Some cultures, they beat the children, beat all over their bodies, leaving marks and wounds. And, I know in my culture, corporal punishment is something. But you have to, first of all, educate the child before you even get to the point where that child is wrong. Even when they are wrong, you have to show it to them. When it really comes to the point where you want to put a whip on that child, you have to do it on the palm of the hand or on the butt, not to hurt that child, but to educate that child so that child will know and will understand that, oh yeah, it is true. That's why I'm getting this, because of this. And you're doing it in a very nice manner. So that is so important. Emotional or physical abuse involves behaviors that harm a child's self-worth, self-esteem, emotional well-being. This is so important because a lot of the abuse that we see damages the child's self-worth and emotional well-being. These may include constant criticism, humiliation, rejection, or other forms of verbal or non-verbal abuse. Now we have sexual abuse. This is taking a toll a lot on our children. When you damage a child emotionally, psychologically, emotionally, now you begin to lure that child. Now you damage them. They feel like what they're going to do is a good thing. is good for the child. And now they sexually abuse them. This involves any form of sexual exploitation or molestation of a child. This includes, but is not limited to, rape, incest, and any other sexual activity with a minor. And then we can also have neglect, involve failing to provide for a child's basic needs, such as love, adequate food, basic needs such as food, housing, clothing, and the right proper clothing for the right weather. These are all instances of neglect. And neglect can be physical, emotional, or even educational. Failing to send your child to school to educate your child, not even just school, failing to educate that child very well from home, that is a huge neglect, because everything starts from the home. We, the parents, need to know how to educate these children. So, child abuse is a serious societal issue, and it is essential to identify and intervene in cases of children reporting suspicions of child abuse, watching your child carefully, trying to pick on behaviors. Because if you love your child and you are educating this child, you are nurturing and investing in this child, you will notice when this child is happy, when this child is sad, when this child is exhibiting certain kinds of behavior. Then we sit down calmly, lovingly, respectfully, and we carry out a conversation. If it is not ripe at that time, do not do it. Do it only when it is really ripe for the child to get involved. Sometimes the home might not be the better place to do it. You can take your child out for a treat, like for a dinner or for somewhere where there is fun, or even rides in the mall, and so that child will be able to open up. Look for those ways, not forcing the child, because when you force the child will not fully open up to explain these behaviors to you. So why is child abuse on the rise then? There are so many factors which we will not be able to treat here, and I'm just going to name them so we all can get involved here. Increase awareness and reporting. It is on the rise because, remember, certain societies don't have the resources and the surveillance to report it. But the societies that have, we are able to see those things and report them. And now we know that it is on the rise. But for societies that we don't have, the children just die in silence, or some of the societies that shame them for even trying to talk about it. So it remains silent. Then changing societal dynamics. The society is changing. For instance, we are here with ONPASSIVE, artificial intelligence and high technology, safe and clean technology. It is the order of the day. And we are happy because we can use those high definition products and with the safety that it comes with it, and begin to dictate all of those things. And we know that they're on the rise. Stress and mental health. We know a lot of mental health issues. A lot of them is due to child abuse. And so it's a lot of factors here, which we might not be able to do that. Now, how can AI technology help children? ONPASSIVE AI technology. How can it help children and families against child abuse? ONPASSIVE AI and technology can play a crucial role in preventing and addressing child abuse by providing tools and solutions to identify, report, and intervene in cases of abuse. But before it gets there, remember, ONPASSIVE has very clean technology that is being designed and created with the mindset of a child. Starts from the cradle, so that they are safe. Their eyes will not be watching things or hearing things that are not meant for themselves, because the more they set eyes on those things, the more they would think that doing some of those things is just normal, without them having to differentiate between child abuse and what is not abusive to them. So this is so important. Early detection and monitoring. For instance, when ONPASSIVE puts those tools in place, because we are dealing with technology that is man-made. God gave our engineers the knowledge to do that. When it is man-made, it is not 100% perfect. Sometimes You will have these hackers. They're going to want to go above those monitoring tools and products put in place. And when they do that, there's a loophole already created in the things that have been so safely created for our children, and things begin to occur that are not good. So it is so important. There is a lot proactive analytic, analyzing the products and everything from ONPASSIVE. So it's a lot, but we won't be able to treat that all here today. I am going to just let you guys begin to contribute in whatever way you can before we can go and appreciate our audience. Thank you guys so much. Okay. Go ahead, Dr. Benny. I see that you're first up. Are you ready, Dr. Benny, or some other person can go so that we don't waste time? Okay,
It's
Dr.
okay.
Benny.
Child abuse. Oh, by the way, good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all my queens and king around the globe. Thank you all. Thank you so much, Dr. Yvonne Mundih, for giving me this opportunity. And thank you for this particular topic. This topic is really important because child abuse is occurring, especially in a nursing home. I'm sorry, daycare center. To tell you the truth, sometimes when I see what is happening, I cry. That is why sometimes when, even if you have a babysitter who is taking care of your own child at home, you need a camera just to watch.
Yep.
Do you know that some of those babysitters, they eat the children's food and then they will beat them, and again they will not even change their diapers? Yes, I just want to encourage all these single mothers who have children. When you send your child also to a daycare center, be careful, because those daycares, they are beating. They beat them. I see it, and it is not really fair. The only thing is that we just have to keep thanking God or praying to God that whenever you take your child to the daycare center, uh, that God should protect those children, man. They don't feed them, they don't change their diapers. And remember that when you even send the children to the daycare center, you expect that they should at least teach them. The worst thing is that they beat those kids. I have seen it myself. I am just begging you guys. Now, so what do we think we can do with our, what can ONPASSIVE do to us? Well, the only thing is that we just praying that everything should work out with our payment, with a payment that when we have our own money, we can either stay at home with our children, our grandkids, and also encourage, send them to school, or you hire the best babysitter, but
Yes.
please have a camera. Let me stop at the moment. We have more to talk about. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, this topic we'll bring it up again on Friday for sure, because this is something. You're talking about beating them. They drug them. When a child, babies cry, that's one of the ways that they grow. They have to cry. I cry even now as an adult. That's an emotional release. When those babies cry, they give them alcohol and drugs, and your child is sleeping. Your child is so just dozing. But why is this child like this? They caught some right here, you know. And the one thing, like Dr. Benny said, the one thing is, let us create our own baby care centers in our homes. Those of us who have love, the love for children, and we create those daycare centers. Now we let other people know that this is what we are doing, really teaching them. Because when you're teaching these children the right thing, you will see it show on them. The children will be happy when you take them there. If you take a child to a daycare, they don't want to go there. Take your child back. It happened to me with my baby. I'm like, but why is this child refusing? I had to quit work for 1 year, and I stay home with my own baby until Somebody came from home in Cameroon, my mother, to take care of my own child. I stayed home, and guess what? It was the best decision because I had to take my son to a school that babies start as old as 1 month old. So I was taking my baby there. You are there with your babies. You see other mothers with their babies. You see how happy these babies are. Your eyes are on there. Don't take your eyes off your child. Never, because that is one protection that God has given you that you must not let go. Like ONPASSIVE is here. If we don't put our eyes first on the things and we expect, AI is not going to know our emotions. So we put the very positive emotions in raising these children so that AI will read us and know what we are doing. That is how ONPASSIVE can help. It starts with us first. So there's a lot of solutions. You see, like the online tools from ONPASSIVE, like you have personal control software and AI-driven monitoring tools can help parents. But you cannot do that without you first knowing and doing the right thing for your child. Educational awareness. We have all of that in ONPASSIVE. AI-powered chatbots and virtual assistants can provide information and resources to children and parents about recognizing and preventing abuse. AI is only programmed to take what the emotion, read our
Yeah.
emotion and translate it.
Yes.
Are you going
Yes.
to do the right thing first so that AI can record the right thing? But if you do the wrong one too, it's good because ONPASSIVE AI is going to read to know that, oh, you are something that is not good for a child. You're not supposed to even have those children. So it's so important. That's why here we want positivity here. We have to learn it. That even if we don't have it, we're not born with it, we didn't know about it. This is the place for it because we welcome people that are very, very clean like our products and very safe and are going to say the appropriate things right here. So go ahead, Yvonne, Corina, whatever.
Okay, all right.
Whoever.
I was just, hi there. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me? Okay. So I would first of all, yes, thank you, Dr. Benny. First of all, I'd like to say that, yes, as you were saying about AI will only pick up on what we program. It's machine learning as well. So AI has to know what abuse actually is before it can detect it and watch it, right? So it won't know just by just putting it there. So that's one thing. But one of the worst things I see about child abuse is that when the child complains to an adult and the adult does not believe them or turns it back on them or say they're lying, I mean, that is just adding insult to injury. I see that as well. And it's horrendous because then where do you turn? Children who have been abused and they run to somebody to tell them and the person doesn't believe them. You know, they're just caught like an animal in a quagmire. There's nowhere for them to go. Even sometimes in the courts, young children as young as whatever, are being told that they were at fault. How is that possible? What does a child know about, say, sexual abuse, for instance? How can they know about that? You know, they're counting on adults to protect them. So we are going to have to be stepping up our games to protect the children from the grassroots. Right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You just brought a tear to my eyes. I'm telling you, because I've seen it. I've seen it all the time. I am a victim of that physical,
There you go.
emotional, psychological abuse. And I know what is going on. Me and my brothers and my only sister, we know. And I see it every day. I see it.
Yes.
Where are we? Where are the parents? Where are the mothers? Where are the adults, the caregivers around these children? We need to step up our game. And that's why we are here. We're going to do it. We're going to do
It's
it.
very sad when you see some of the homeless children, and they're not homeless because they're just bad. They're homeless because the situation at home is so horrendous that they'd rather be on the street. Of course, the street is also dangerous and they get abused there too and taken advantage of. But when you have to leave home, home is supposed to be a haven, a safe space.
There you go.
And they have to run away.
That's why thank God for ONPASSIVE. We can build communities, safe communities, putting all the AI tools right there in that community. And little by little, the world will come to know. Because as we're doing it, we're also training our children to carry on the legacy. Because eventually, we will have generations of children, of societies, of parents that are doing what they're supposed to be doing. We're going to, and this is we're going to constantly amend it because the changes in societies and the changing in everything. We have to move with the times and make sure that we are doing this. And this is a first step that we are doing here. This is very important. Thank you so much, Corina.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Yvonne. Yeah, this is definitely a tough subject. But I will just read a little bit what I have. So child abuse in any form to me is atrocious. It's disgusting and the lowest form of a human in my eyes that you can do to worth a defenseless child. I mean, it just, your power over them makes no sense to me. But anyway, I was a victim of child abuse mentally and physically by my stepmom every day from the time I met her at age 7 until I had enough at age 16 when I moved out. That was the last time she beat me. I moved out so I can relate and therefore I can help. I believe that if you have never been there or never experienced it, you can't really help. You can try to, but you have to be there. You have to experience it. In my eyes, it's one of those things that you have to experience. So I can relate and therefore I can help a lot of youth because I've been there. I do believe ONPASSIVE and its solutions like ONET, where the students, parents, and teachers can create a club that's specifically for child abuse victims and talk about it in a safe environment. Because that's what I didn't have. I didn't have anybody to go to or turn to or talk to, or like I literally didn't. So that's why I moved out at 16 years old. That's why I've been on my own since I've been 16 years old, because I didn't have any guidance. I didn't have anybody. And I was pregnant at 17 and it literally ruined my life. So I know all about child abuse. I was literally closed-fisted when I was 16 years old, pulled in by the hair, closed-fisted through the door. And that was the last time. And I left. I quit school. My best friend died. I mean, it's tough, you guys. Anyway, so I can, to create a club and to be able to talk about it is extremely important.
Yes.
For the child abuse victims, and again, in a safe environment like ONPASSIVE. They have a lot of resources with ONPASSIVE. So no matter what is going on in their lives, what experiences they bring to the table, it's vitally important that there be a safe place to say what's on their minds and what they're thinking. We have OConnect as well, where we can do webinars and hold meetings if you want to gather together to see each other in person, where we can discuss child abuse. OTracker is an incredible tool in ONPASSIVE and can be used to track anyone in case of abduction. And features in OTracker like the geograph or the heat sensor may also be used to relate with authorities to see what the abuser may be talking about with its victim. The information OTracker gathers can save someone's life. Thanks to such advanced technology, I actually believe ONPASSIVE and its solutions can help stop child abuse in its tracks.
Yes.
I, for one, am excited for what ONPASSIVE and its solutions will do for our youth and humanity in the future. So Academy will be a fun, safe, and secure environment where the youth can learn and thrive for their future dreams and goals and not have to worry about child abuse. So yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that contribution. You know what? We all here are golden. We are golden. ONPASSIVE is golden. We were created for such a time as this. We should be very grateful every day, putting our hands together. We should not take this for granted, because if not of ONPASSIVE, we will not be here together, putting everything together to work for the interest of our children. We should not take this lightly at all. We have to do whatever it takes. The same things that you went through, I went through those things too, Corina. And so I have stitches. Some of my own wounds were stitched. I have wounds on my head. I have everything. Imagine.
Your heart, though. Mostly it's the brain, it's the heart, it's the connection where I'm not the person I would have been. Yvonne.
Yes.
I'm sorry. It just, I was incredible. And then I went from one woman that was so soft-spoken, never rose her voice, never even did anything, to a woman that yelled and just
And that
completely
is
just
why
like,
you are here
like I
today,
was
and that
scared
is
to
why the way
death.
you are.
So,
That
yeah, so
you've taken
it's all about the
that
heart, right?
situation and turned it around
Yeah.
into your own goodness and for the goodness
Yes,
of
and
others.
that's
And
the key.
maybe if not of what I went through, I would not have been here doing this
I
today.
agree.
But I think it's a gift that
Yes, it
God
is.
gave me and spared my
100%.
life so that I can take this to the rest of the world
100%.
and represent other people. All of us here, we are.
Yes. I
All of
agree.
us right here, that's what we are doing. Because
100%.
in one way or the other, we have gone through that. So we
Yes.
really, really thank God for this. And if we guys, thank you guys for even welcoming the audience, but we're going to have to go through now. And if I miss
It is
anything,
a
I
gift.
know
I
that
agree.
my golden sisters are here to pick up after me.
Mhm.
So thank you so much, Sahid, for being here. And Anil Sharma, thank you so much for being here again. And your warm welcome to all of us here. Thank you so, so much for everything. And then Levi Mama Bolo is here. Thank you so much for being present and addressing us as the queens of One Global Movement. And then Camilla, we miss you on here, but you're still here in the chat contributing as well. Thank you so much, Camilla. And we have Miriam. Thank you so much for your salute and the poetic reading here.
Like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. I don't understand.
Oh, okay, I will mute that person. I did. So thank you, Ashok, for being here again today. We love you so much. And we have Dominic Sean. Thank you so much, Dominic, for being here today. We welcome you here and come again, brother. Here is for everyone because it takes all of us. It takes all of us to get involved in children in one way or the other. You see, Dr. Benny is talking about young girls, which is the same thing. Like here is the same thing. You see, Corina is feeding young children. You see, Yvonne is talking about water. Water is life. All of these things come together for our children. And so we urge everyone, there is nothing that we are doing, even an unpassive, that does not surround our children. Thank you, Sina, for being here today. We love you too. And Yvonne says, greetings to all of us here. We, wherever you are, always welcome to join these discussions for helping our young people. This is welcoming all the new people and the old ones, and those that are thinking of joining us here in the future. Thank you so much, Yvonne. And greetings, Sienna, from Yvonne there. And let me go down here. And Corina is greeting everyone here on stage. Thank you so much, Corina. Dr. Benny is here as well. And greetings and welcoming everyone. We have our man, John Barilla, here. Everyone, I am late, just got out of my doctor's appointment. It's more important for you to stay healthy, John, because when you're healthy, you do more here. Don't rush. Take your time. Get all those appointments in place. We know that you are with us in spirit because you always work in the background anyway. Not everybody sees that, but we know that that's what you do. So you're checking in now. You're welcome here, John. Thank you so much. And Yvonne is greeting John. You're welcoming John there. Thank you. And hi to Sahid and Kamala, Miriam, Ashok, Dominic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Corina, for that.
You
And then
missed Emil and Levy.
we have John. Child abuse is on the rise. How do you think unpassive technology can do to make things safer for our children in a lot of ways, right? We already discussed some of them. Some of them we might have to do it some other time so that we can really fully absorb, exhaust, and let our children and families really absorb what we are talking about. And if they can add onto it, that would be very nice too. And then John says, hello, Camilla, feel free along with everyone here to type your thoughts and child abuse comments. Thank you. Thank you, John. And then Melanie was supposed to present this, but because of internet, guess what, Melanie? Internet is coming everywhere from Unpassive. Just watch. We just have to put our hands together. Child abuse is a serious issue that is affecting developing countries more than elsewhere. Children living in rural areas are becoming exposed to different cultures. Do you know why it affects third world countries even more? It's a number of reasons. Where there is poverty, there's a lot of
Yes.
abuse.
Yes.
Where there is poverty, there's a lot of abuse. When a
Yes.
child cannot eat food, imagine you don't have food to eat. What do? You have to do whatever it takes for you to eat.
Yeah.
Imagine that you don't have a safe place to even put your head and sleep. What do?
Yeah.
You have to do something. When you have been so pushed to the wall and you get to the wall, there's nowhere else to escape. What do? You fight back. That is the same thing to with hunger. When you are hungry and you don't find the food, you got to do whatever it takes. That is the thing.
Yes.
Wherever there
Yes.
is poverty, the abuse is even
Yes.
more rampant. So we need to
Absolutely.
keep that in mind. And it is our responsibility to keep enrolling these children in free accounts so that eventually, who knows? We should never say, oh, I can't do this, because we never knew that would be part of ONPASSIVE.
No.
The heaven
Yeah.
broke open and we are here today. When we registered those billions, I'm saying billions, I'm not even saying millions, billions of accounts, guess what? Those resources will also come the way God sent us here to come, so that we can activate those accounts and start to really curb poverty in the world. Poverty brings everything. I'm telling you,
Yes.
everything bad. So we have hello, David Otto. Thank you so much for being here. And we welcome you here today. And thank you for investing in our children, David. Come again and encourage others to come along with you. This is a huge topic. Perhaps we will discuss this more on our One Global Movement O Connect webinar this Friday, where whatever we discuss, we will like to have you all join us this Friday on O Connect. Certainly, John. Thank you so much. Let's put our hands together. Let O Connect work this Friday, please. Let it work. Let it work. And then Melanie says, this kind of abuse, this makes them more susceptible to abuse from communities whose cultures do not see violence against children as what
As a concern.
a concern. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good way to write it now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that is
Yeah.
so true. And you see, child abuse is everywhere, but some communities, their laws are put in place to really protect the child. But
Yeah.
even so, there are other people that are they don't understand things because they don't know that that's abuse, because they were not
don't.
taught well. They don't
They-
know. They
they
just
don't know.
do it as a way
Yes.
to satisfy their own personal egos and needs, but they don't
Yes.
know,
They don't know. They
Uh-huh.
don't know.
So it is only by teaching this, not just to the one who is being abused, but also to the abuser, that is going to make a huge difference. Because
Yeah.
if people know better, they will do better. They will think better. They will do better. David Otto, nice to see you here. Thank you for welcoming our David. Thank you, David. We remember the story of David and Goliath.
Yes.
Juanita, thank you so much for being here. And let me see here, hopefully. David is saying hi to everyone here. Thank you, David. And Levi, very true, that can become a chain reaction. If a child was abused, when he or she grows, can do the same. It is so true.
Yes.
Because what do you expect somebody who has learned to live life a certain way to do differently unless they learn differently?
It's like your first reaction is, and it's like,
Yes.
that's not you, who you are.
Yes.
So you want to change and stop that cycle.
And that's why
Yeah,
we don't blame
absolutely.
these predators or child, whatever they call them, because they don't know. That's
They
what they
don't.
grew up seeing, and they think it's the right thing. When society now tells
Yeah,
them
they
that
think it's
it
normal.
is wrong, now they fight against it without really knowing. So the
Mhm.
education now, thank God for ONPASSIVE, is meant for both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah,
Whatever
they
it
think
is,
getting
it is
beat is
meant
normal, and
for
everybody gets.
all of us,
Yes.
and that's
Yeah.
why we are learning along with
Yes.
ONPASSIVE so that we can
Indeed.
implement the right things. Thank you so much, Seva, for being here. Croatia, thank you so much. I always, when I pronounce that name, I remember football. I mean the
Yes.
so-called
Yes.
summer football.
Football.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, and we have Palmer. Thank you so much, Palmer, for being here. Come again.
Yes.
Here
Yes.
we base ourselves on children, and you cannot help children without helping families. These
Exactly.
two go together. And so together We can literally eliminate poverty overnight, hunger overnight, abuse, child abuse overnight, homelessness, and all other social ills that affect our children and families overnight if we come together. This is not a one man's thing. This is not a four-person's thing on the panel here. It is all of
No.
us bringing
Everybody.
ourselves together.
Much
Melanie
bigger.
says, it
Much
is sad to see children of 12 years going in nightclubs without any consent shown by their parents or authorities. The rights of children are becoming violated and girls are exposed to sex abuse. Yes, I saw that. I visited Atlanta not too long ago, and we went to eat out, me and my friend. And we saw a trend, a pattern. These young, beautiful girls are dressed with almost like they're naked, not well covered. They're going into this specific place. We went to, I was anxious. I went to look, it was like a bar.
Yes.
And I called one of the girls. I said, excuse me. She came. I said, what do you guys have in there? And she said, oh, no, it's just a drinking place. I said, but why do you have to dress like that? And my friend said, don't, let's go because these people, they have guns too. I said, I don't care. This is a child. She is fit to be my own daughter. Why is she doing this? I took it like a personal something to me, you know?
Yes,
But
you're right.
what can I do? It is through this that we will put some programs in place that will begin to help these children, but we have to start from the cradle, from the
But
home.
you know something? Sorry, Dr. Yvonne, you know something?
Yes.
That might just actually put a thought in her head. If she thinks, I mean, it's going to be hard because peer pressure was presented on Monday, but she might think a different way. Somebody cares to ask her. You know what I mean? She might just see the light and be the one that you could rescue. So you always should follow your heart. I agree with what you did. I totally do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And she knew that I love her. But the thing that I did not add is that I asked her, do you need food?
Yeah.
Do you need food?
Yeah.
She said, no, I'm not hungry. I said, okay, just so if you need food, you can call this number. I gave her my number.
Yes,
if you need help,
absolutely.
I gave her my number, the One Global Movement number. So we cannot close our eyes seeing our children suffer.
No, we cannot.
We must be nurturing parents. Our children need to know that they are special and loved and capable to achieve their dreams. Thank you so much, Melanie. That is a great contribution. They need to know.
Right, Melanie.
We cannot be raising our children without these important values. Otherwise, they'll be shying away, hiding things from us, discussing things from us. You can imagine my son discussing how he's going to date a girl. Mommy, I'm going to meet with this girl at the library. We're having a library dating or this and that.
Wow.
That is what we need to hear.
Yes,
instead of saying, oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. No, we don't need that.
You think it's your fault, right? You think you did something wrong.
Yes. And Seva says, very difficult topic, unfortunately, but innocent children are being abused all over the world. Only some are silent.
And silent,
sad. Really sad, Seva.
Yes,
but guess what? It starts from the home and us. We are here today because some of us went through that, but we took it positively, and that's why we are here today. We're going to keep talking about this and drawing program. Anybody that can draw a program, please let us do it. Contact us so that we start putting those programs in place, because I'm in the process of drawing those programs. Anybody that has a program, bring it on. Let us include it here, and we disseminate it in a book, in magazines for One Global Movement. We begin to give these children, otherwise they will not know, and we encourage them to read those things, So that is so important. Yes. And who is this? Did I see a William?
Yes, you read this one just now.
Okay. And then William, thank you so much, our man William, for being here of Seed Academy. We are in the situation where parents are busy not focusing on their children. That is so true. I agree. They are busy running after the dollars, trying to see how I can get the biggest house in the world, trying to see how I can throw the biggest party. Don't nurture your children thinking that throwing a birthday party is to give them gift. Tell them is to buy a book, write a little note, good note that comes from your heart, and give it as a gift. Not only giving money and things. We need to do this. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, William, for that contribution. And I know
Yes.
you're dealing with a lot of children in Seed Academy. Thank you so much, Yasmin Castan, for being here. Hand pig waving. Thank you for your poetic reading. Yasmin Castan is also one of our own that is also teaching these AI insights and technology a lot. And so she's going to be coming here on the 24th to teach us some things here. You know, it's going to be
Yes.
good. ONPASSIVE is a great opportunity for us and for
Yes,
many companies in one, because each product is a company itself, and children can participate in this digital transformation. We have
Yes.
what it is that we have everything. ONPASSIVE is one-stop shop for everything. There will be no need. Why don't we just focus our energy, our resources, our families, and our children, and all the children in the world to go towards this direction? Because it is clean, it is safe, it is valuable, it is timeless. You know, we need to do this. We really need to do this. And so I didn't close, William says, I didn't close my eyes at Seeds Academy. I would never give up insofar as looking after children is concerned. Even if you don't, you already know I'm already on your throat, William. Remember that. Remember, in my questions and discussions with you, I am right there because I know that you're dealing with children. I might not be present, but I am right there with you in discussions and other things. And in the future, we're going to be traveling there. ONPASSIVE is many companies in one. Okay, I read that already. Thank you so much, Bigit, for being here. We highly appreciate you. I'm looking to see if there's any new person here that we have not welcomed. We have Henry Hahn. I think this is the second or so time, but if you're new, sir, thank you so much for joining us here. Come again
Henry's been here
and
before.
bring more people with you, because what we are doing here is for children, is for our homes, it's for our communities, it's for everywhere. We need to do this together. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm just scrolling down.
I see a name. I'm not sure if you've seen it before. It's Biddy Youth Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you read it? Read what he says, please.
She's
He
just
says
saying
hello.
She's just saying hello, and especially to Sister Benny. But her name is, I'm assuming it's a her because that sounds like a her. Anyways, it's Bidyut, and then the last name is Day. So it's
Day.
Day. Yes.
Thank you so much, Dave, for being here. We welcome you. And if we don't call all the names singly or every name out, not because we don't recognize you, we do. Because anybody, I take it so serious, anybody that takes the time to attend One Global Movement, it's the person that shows love for ONPASSIVE and love for the children of the world and family. So thank you so much, Bishnu, for being here. We highly appreciate you. Let's gather here again tomorrow and see what else we can do. And we have Fosh Honorine. Thank you so much, Fosh, for being here today. We highly appreciate you and love you. Come again and bring others with you. Greetings, everyone. Thank you. And I think that will be it for today. And this is such an important topic that we're going to, if you guys agree, let the audience know that we're going to be treating this into detail, deep diving into this topic on Friday, please, because this is so important for our children. We have this, I see some person here. Did we call this name? Manojit. Thank you so much, Manojit, for being here. We welcome you. And any other person that we haven't called your name, know that you are equally important. You're golden. You have greatness within you. You were created for such a time as this through ONPASSIVE before coming here to One Global Movement. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, the panelists, for all your beautiful contribution. Thank you, Melanie. We have your back, sister. We are together, okay? Amen. And you're contributing in the chat anyway. So thank you guys so much. If there's nothing else, I would just go to the closing remarks.
Yes, ma'am. I have to leave it back there too.
Thank you guys so much. I might say this thing a zillion times, but it's very important. I know Dr. Benny loves this because she started posing. You know? This is so important for our children. We have to put it in their head In the future, we're going to put it on a TV screen so they can keep seeing it, so it will sink into their subconscious mind to know that they have greatness within them. They have choices. Nobody has to tell them otherwise. So remember, our children and everyone here, stay focused, stay encouraged, stay empowered, very empowered, and always believe in endless possibilities. I love you all.
Love you
Bye-bye.
too.
Thank you. Love
Hi,
you back.
everybody. Thanks for coming. Have a good day.
Yes.
I love you guys with all my heart, mind, and
Bye.
soul.
Yes.
Thank you.
So many.